everyone. Okay, so this is the dorm life and small space tips video that Nevada and I will be giving y'all general information about the dorm life and just tips on saving space in your dorm room. Okay, so for the tips, use storage bins, you guys. If you have room for storage bins, use them. I have 2 storage bins. One storage bin has all my food in it, and the other storage bin pretty much has all my beauty and hygiene and hair stuff in it. They are tucked away in my closet. I intended them to be tucked under my bed, but for some reason these beds weren't riseable, but they said they would be, but they're not, so I wasn't able to raise my bed up. So if I would have been able to raise it up, I would have put them under my bed, but since I couldn't, I put them in my closet. But yes, if you can get storage bins, get them. They are very, very efficient. If you can tuck them under your bed, tuck them under your bed. That's out of the way. And if you have room in your closet, put them in your closet just so they're not, all over the floor. The next tip I would give you guys is to organize ahead of time before you come to school. Since your dorms are so small, if you have the privilege to see what your floor plan looks like, go ahead and organize where everything is going to go, so therefore when you get there you already know where all your things are going to go, because like I keep saying, it is a small space. So if you just generally know what it looks like, go ahead and plan where everything can go, so therefore you don't have a problem with a problem with finding space in your dorm room. And the next thing I would tell you guys is to really use every nook and cranny in your room. If you have bookshelves, if you have cabinet space, use it. Don't just be like, well, there's nothing I can put up there. There's something you can put up there, trust me. You don't want to just not use usable space, because then it's wasted space. If you have the space, go ahead and use it, you guys. All my shelves now are filled with things. Yeah, every nook and cranny in here is being used. So first tip is to use storage bins if you have them. The second tip is to organize your organize your space, so therefore when you get here you already know where everything is, because like I said, it is small. And then my third tip is just to use every nook and cranny that you can find. But for the dorm life in general, I love it. Absolutely love living in a dorm. It's really fun. You're around lots of people. You walk out your door. I speak to everybody. But you see people, and it's right here on campus. You're around everything. And people say, it's a jail cell. It's not fun. I love my dorm. I love being here. I mean, yeah, it did look like a jail cell before I got here, before I put my own touches to it. But now that I'm here, I love it. I love being on campus. I love being around all my friends. Let's see. I would tell you guys too, use types of air fresheners, kind of plug in the wall, just to give your room a nice fragrance to it. My dorm is a very older dorm, so it did have like I don't know what kind of smell to tell you guys, but it just wasn't a pleasant smell. And now that I'm here and we've had air fresheners and things like that, it smells really good. It smells homey. So yeah, the dorm life, I love it. I love being here. I enjoy it. And yeah, excuse me. But yeah, the dorm life is great. So that's pretty much all my tips and just my general overview of what the dorm life is like. Excuse me, that was my phone. Of what the dorm life is. So yeah, over to
my tips are: one, to make sure after you have undone all your packing, you're all wrapping everything up, once you have everything in place, to make sure that you get rid of all your bins and different boxes that you have that are in your dorm from you unpacking. And if you live close by, make sure that you go home and drop those off. That's what I did, because I had these beige tannish storage bins that were very big, and they were just taking up space sitting by the door. So I took those home. And if you live a little further away, which a lot of people do, who have gone off to college, literally, that they when you go back home for either Thanksgiving or Christmas, you can make sure that you take those, especially if you're driving back. that you take those bins and boxes that are just taking up space and just crowding your room and making it a little more cluttered than it already is, because you know it is a dorm room, so it is a little smaller. Depending on some dorms, because you know some dorms actually are bigger, or you know a fairly decent size for a dorm room. But yes, to get rid of those extras that you just don't need, if you don't use it, take it home. My next tip is to buy collapsible things. Some examples of where to buy, you know, collapsible items are Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, and Walmart, which are popular dorm buying stores. Does that make sense? And you can either buy collapsible hangers, a collapsible ironing board. You know, the ones that they have, the mini ones, those really help to save space as well. If you buy mini versions of things, you don't need a full-blown ironing board. And I know some dorms actually provide an ironing board. Mine does, so I didn't have to buy one. And also you can buy the hangers from, I've seen them at Bed Bath & Beyond, where you can store multiple hangers on one. And it's very helpful because you just have, it's more vertical than horizontal, which saves space. And also this conserves space in your closet overall. So that is really helpful. My tip also is to either loft or bunk your bed. It makes your room look bigger, and it saves you a lot of space and declutterizes your room kind of. My bed, as well as my roommate's bed, is lofted. They are very high up. To give you an estimate to how high it is, my dresser as well as my desk can fit under it. So it's pretty high up. I'm able to store stuff, lots of stuff, and I think this is really an easy way to do it. Many people on my floor actually did this, and it looks really nice. It makes the room look bigger, and it just like makes the room a little more welcoming. So these are my 3 tips, and I hope you guys enjoy. Talk to you guys later.